So this one's gonna be more catharsis. It should not be catharsis, but I'm going to engage in being a terrible person for at least a little bit because, damn, I feel like I need it. First of all, I did not have running water most of last week. So, in the fan art section today, from Riddle of Lightning, we have, heck yeah, running water day, because I have running water now. I love being on a well system that even a couple of ants can screw up, because that's what happened. That's fantastic. As always, thank you for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, all right, let's go ahead and make fun of Aiden Ross. So, for those who don't know, Aiden Ross is a giant streamer who has a big share in the Kick streaming platform, and he's known to be a compulsive gambler online. This is a huge part of who he is and what he does. And he was a major supporter of the Trump administration. So it's really funny. It's really funny to watch this clip.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how many of you guys are invested in crypto or stocks. What the fuck is going on with our country? Guys, why am I poor? Like, what is going on in the world right now? Why the fuck is this going on? Can somebody please explain what's going on? Why are we all losing? Why are we all negative right now? Like, does anybody know why? Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you,
Do you want to know why? Because you don't understand economics. Now, to be fair, I don't understand economics either, but I do know that tariffs do not work. Tariffs are used as a method to threaten other countries into compliance, but they tend to start trade wars. In fact, the last time that we engaged in a trade war like this was when the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act was enacted. And the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, the end result of that was Republicans not able to hold their seats for the next 60 fucking years. Why? Well, because those tariffs caused all kinds of things, like, well, they were partly responsible for the Great Depression. They were partly responsible for, I'm not even shitting you, the rise of Hitler in Germany. Because those tariffs being put on Germany made the Deutschmark that less stable of a currency and was one of the things that led to Hitler rising to power. It's almost like if the entire world's economy is backed by the United States dollar, as it has been for so long, when the United States tries to engage in a threatening trade war like this with everybody, the entire world economy gets flipped upsy-turvy. Aiden, the reason that you are losing money is because a man whose business acumen is failing time after time after time, every time he makes a business, and just coasting off of the tax breaks he gets from losing money, of course, that person is going to not be good at keeping your money in your bank account when he's in control of the country. Duh. But we have a news article about this. Pro-Trump streamer Aiden Ross, the tariffs got me fucked up. I'm losing a lot of money on crypto right now. Aiden Ross says, hey, how you feeling, though? Let me see. Let me just play it.
Yeah. Hey, how we feeling, though, bro?
I'm feeling good, bro. How you been?
This is my guy right here.
Hell, man, I seen the presidential screen.
Thank you, bro.
I missed the white in the building, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
you know that. Hey, you fuck with Trump?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Yeah, bro. Right now, the tariffs got me fucked up, though. I'm losing a lot of money on my crypto right now, bro.
What you betting on?
Sports betting, UFC is my number one, but when it comes down to betting otherwise, crypto, I'm getting raped right now, bro. Bitcoin going down, my Ethereum going down, everything going down. Stocks going down, but it's all right, bro. It'll go back up, but fuck, bro. Yeah. You doing a sports bet pretty good, though?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
I gotta maybe take your lead on that.
I give my best, man. My pick to do a BC game.
Oh, yeah?
So can I just say that if the only thing that you can talk about when you're with a group of other streamers is, hey, you fuck with Trump? Yeah, I fuck with Trump. Hell yeah, we all fuck with Trump. And then you're just talking about the bets you've made, I don't think you have the financial acumen to be upset when you start losing fucking money. If you're just betting, you're just like, oh, yeah, nope. I'm betting on poker. I'm betting on sports teams. I'm betting on all kinds of shit. That's where my money goes. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's not even an actual news article. It's just a quick bit of documentation. So, the reason that all this is happening, again, is because Trump is engaging in a tariff war, or a trade war, because of his tariffs. Now, remember, Trump's tariffs have extended as a base 10% to everybody, increasing way higher depending on what country you are. But think about it this way, Aiden. Just for a minute, consider this. If you were a person who put a 10% tariff on the exports of a country that had no residents and only had penguins on it, would you not say that maybe there's a bit of fucking dumbass oversight happening over there? Also, on top of that, if you are, I don't know, living in a world where your country receives a huge portion of its goods from a foreign nation, China, and the tariffs that we tried to impose on China immediately led to them putting a 34% tariff on us, which is going to make Chinese goods, which used to be the more affordable, cheaply made things, infinitely less affordable for American consumers. What kind of a world do you think that's going to end up causing for American consumers? Now, Trump believes that this is going to cause a world where jobs are brought back to America, where jobs are brought back here for manufacturing and other large-scale operations. Places that had been offshore to places like China in the past because they could pay the workers there infinitely less and there were less strict labor laws. However, companies like Nike have already said that they are not going to be bringing their business back to the United States. They are instead going to continue to use Chinese workers to make their products, and then they are going to sell to the Chinese markets. The reality that's actually happening because of the tariffs, instead of making jobs come back to America, is making products that Americans generally rely on disappear. Nintendo chose not to bring the Nintendo Switch 2 to America for a while because of the Trump tariffs. Nintendo announced the Nintendo Switch 2, and within a day, they had pulled all the pre-orders for the Switch 2 in response to Trump's tariffs. They have indefinitely delayed the pre-orders because they're trying to figure out, we've already created a situation where our system and our games are too expensive for consumers, and now they're going to be more expensive because of the tariffs themselves? What? Santa says, not the full release, just the pre-orders. There are still many Switch 2s already stateside. So nobody who is a consumer can buy a Switch 2 right now. So a Switch 2 existing stateside doesn't mean anything, Senna. That's not a functional argument. Because the only way people can get their hands on a Switch 2 right now is via the pre-order system. And even then, they're not getting it until they actually release. So, some Switch 2s existing here in America does not change the fact that consumers do not currently have access to them. Or access to the pre-orders. The world that Trump has created is one where people are not able to get the shit that they normally would get. There is a moment in the book World War Z. And if you've never read the book, it is fantastic and it's way better than whatever the fuck that movie was. There's a moment where a high-ranking politician is being interviewed by the main character, and they start listing off all of the ingredients. They start listing off all of the ingredients to root beer. And there's so many of those ingredients that are imported from other countries to America to make root beer. And this politician laments that after the zombie apocalypse, despite them winning the war and having a functioning society again, the fact that transport lines between countries are basically dead, means that basic shit like American root beer cannot be created anymore because the ingredients were never American ingredients in the first place. And that may be a work of fiction, but that set of lines has stuck with me so long, and I am hearing them in my head every single time that I think about the Trump tariffs. Because there are so many things that we use in the United States that are not homegrown here. Do you like electronics? The chipsets are not developed here. And none of the materials used to make them are mined here, generally speaking. We buy most of that shit offshore. So guess what? You're going to have a very hard time if your job, like mine, relies on electronics in the next few years. Things are going to get a lot more expensive for all of us, if even some of the things that we normally take for granted are even available to us. Now, as for what we can do about all this, well, as usual, the only thing we can do here is try to put pressure from the bottom up. That's the best thing we can do. We need to try, we have two angles we can go for. One angle is letting these tariffs do their thing, and then Trump loses all of his popularity as a result. The end result of that is what it will be. However, it doesn't mean that he'll get impeached in a way that matters, so doesn't mean that we'll actually have anything positive come from that. So the best thing we can do right now is find other people who are lamenting the state of the world as you are, and engage in protest so that you can have your moment of shared mourning, and then learn to organize more with people afterwards. Also, I recommend the Good Trouble checklist for ways that you can gum up the machine of fascism that our country is devolved into. And as Noam Chomsky put it, America's been an empire in all but name for so long that nobody agrees with you when you tell them that America's an empire. Maybe we should start trying to gum that shit up just a little bit. And if you are the type of person who likes harassing your politicians, then yeah, 5 calls and ResistBot are there for you for that. And if you are the type of person who wants to get directly involved in getting more left-wing people involved in politics and elected, then please check out the chapter list for your local DSA to see if there is a wing of the Democratic Socialist of America near you. And if you are wanting to be more involved in more normie politics stuff, then I highly recommend getting the Mobilize app and seeing what events and petitions and other opportunities are happening around you right now. I also suggest, if you're wanting to get involved in regular old elections for House of Representatives and Senate, then the best thing you can do is, well, the DSA is not necessarily working on those things right now. So you're going to have to get involved with your local Democratic or other party in order to make that work for you. And the only way to do that is going to be finding them through Mobilize or finding them through via Facebook groups. Basically, it's going to be a little harder to hunt them down, but I highly suggest you do so that you can get involved in politics on any level possible. And oh, BT dubs, if you ever need help letting somebody know that America is in a just awfully shit-waffle state, please remember that we are still dealing with this G word right here, and we have a very convenient list of all the steps that America has been taking to get us here. That said, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please consider checking out my Blue Sky. Please consider checking out my Magic the Gathering channel, supporting me over on Patreon, or picking up the channel playmat. If you pick up a channel playmat, please post about it on Blue Sky so that I can shout you out over there. And also, I have streams generally every single Monday through Thursday, and on top of that, I usually have videos coming out every Monday through Sunday over on the Politics channel. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. That all said, I'm going to go play Banjo-Tooie. I need a break. Insert ended video tagline here. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really could not do any of this without all of you. Those of you watching, and especially those of you who support me on Patreon. I wanted to go ahead and take a minute to thank all of you who do that, because with YouTube being what it is these days, I really cannot do this full time without the support from each and every one of you. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Tales of Atonement, Nixie Chan, Kiri Artemis, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Leela Ururaka, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. Thank you so very much. But since you're here, why not go ahead and try watching another one? There should be one that's on the screen right now. And if you are a patron of mine, I wanted to go ahead and thank you again for all of your support. There is still a video you could press though, if you'd like. I would appreciate it just a little bit.